what impact has the current diplomatic relationship between Hungary and China had on Wizz Air's business ties with the country, with China?
We have been operating an A330 freighter aircraft, predominantly between China and Hungary for years. That aircraft is owned by the Hungarian government, but operated by Wizz Air. We have roughly around 4 or 5 operations every week. In total, we have completed more than 500 flights between China and Hungary, carrying cargo between the two countries. And thirdly, and I think that's very interesting, we are an Airbus customer. We only fly Airbus airplanes. And last year in 2023, we started taking deliveries from the Tianjin factory of Airbus. China has become very important for Wizz Air for aircraft financing. At the moment, we have 62 aircraft financed by Chinese financial institutions. Another 19 aircraft will come down the line in the near future. So basically, if you look at it, we have a total fleet of 208 aircraft. Essentially, a third of our fleet is financed in China from China.
The A321neo, shortly after your company acquired, it said that this type of aircraft will help Wizz Air with its sustainability efforts. The goal, as I understand it, is to reduce or to operate 10% of flights being powered with sustainable fuel. Does this impact the company's bottom line? And can you tell me, I mean, how is this going to affect the environment?
Yes. When it comes to Wizz Air, actually, we are in pole position for sustainability. We operate the youngest fleet of aircraft of any airlines in the world. We operate the most efficiently configured aircraft to make sure that our unit carbon footprint is already the lowest in the industry. We continue to be in the forefront of the sustainability efforts of the industry. And we want to be a global driving force for improving sustainability for aviation. We're seeing that hydrogen-powered aircraft is the ultimate solution, but this is a long time out. This is not going to happen in the next few years. We've just made a commitment for lifting 10% of our fuel requirements as sustainable aviation fuel by 2030. We have been making equity investments in a few companies to make sure that actually sustainable aviation fuel is produced, and we want to make sure that we are leading the way. And with that regard, I think ultimately this is going to feed into the bottom line of the business, into profitability, because simply if you don't move, the world is going to make you irrelevant.
So do you anticipate in the future Wizz Air flying to Shanghai or Beijing? Is this something
I think that's probably tough because of the range available. So this aircraft has still limited range. It's extended versus what we have today, but it's still somewhat limited. But I would say that China would become accessible, not necessarily the whole of China, but part of China would become accessible to Wizz.
Now, let's talk a little bit about how European airlines have been expanding. Many of them have been buying smaller air carriers, but your initiative is completely different. Your business model is very different. How so?
The way we can create shareholder value effectively is by growing the business and being profitable. And we are in a commoditizing industry. And in commodities, lowest cost wins, lowest cost prevails. So this is the strategy of the airline. So that's why you see us flying unified fleet of aircraft to make sure that we reduce the complexities in the system, because complexities only drive cost in the system. We are the lowest cost producer, one of the lowest cost producers in the entire airline industry in the world. That enables us to apply low fares in a market that stimulates demand, and we get people into the franchise of flying, or we make sure that people fly more than before. So we don't need M&A activities. We can grow the business organically.
We know that over the last year and a half or so, there's been economic crunch, and people are feeling the impact of deteriorating economy. Are you guys in a better position now?
I definitely think that low-cost airlines are in a strategically advantaged position when it comes to future growth of the industry. You look at Central and Eastern Europe, so you go back 20 years, this is the time when Wizz Air started flying, so we are just about to celebrate our 20th anniversary next month. If you look at the industry at that time and you look at the industry today, actually legacy carriers fly about the same seat capacity today than 20 years ago, but the market has doubled, nearly tripled